forgot to put up a picture. Instead, you can just see us looking at our phones.
Yep.
How's it going, everyone? We had almost forgot about that song because I was making a video to it. I had forgotten, and then I got so caught up in making the video for our son's wedding that I forgot about that. Oh, here, Liz. Let's mute that really quick. Yeah, so I kind of had almost forgot about that song. It was crazy. And then somebody reminded us about it the other day, and I was like, oh my gosh, why have we not even played that song in a hot minute? But our son got married, as you all know, back in October, and I started making videos for him for his wedding. I made it like this cutest little 2-hour video for their wedding, and just kind of forgot about that song and hadn't played it in a hot minute. So,
She
yeah.
usually does 2 hours on everything.
I
An
know.
hour and a half. Nope, it goes to 2 hours.
I know. I am just always, I'm a talker. What can I say? We it's funny. We've been having some pretty like big discussions all morning, and so we've been working on our equipment here, trying to get our equipment in better condition because I'm just annoyed with it. And so then I was like, you know what? We're just sitting here. We should totally just go live and answer maybe some questions. And then maybe I read a couple of posts last night, and I maybe try to clean up some misconceptions that we have out there. Hey, Rosa's on here too, so maybe Rosa can help us with some of these misconceptions too.
Libby Lou, are we sounding clear now? I had my mic clear over there, so I'm bringing it back. So hopefully you can hear me better.
Yeah, and we're going to be going to visit our daughter for a couple of weeks. Just Cory and I are going to be, and we're trying to figure out how to get mobile, that we could do some lives with her out in North Carolina and be mobile while we do it. So we're thinking about that. Oh yeah, somebody says, oh good, needed to see some live besides Nancy Guthrie story. Yeah, we've been following that a little bit too.
Mm-hmm.
Not always, not all the time, but
I just saw it last night. I didn't know what it was.
yeah, Cory was asking me about it. Like, why is this person so important? Let's see.
Bitterroot Valley.
About your book club, Irene LeBaron said Joel met Jesus while he was on the bus down from the mountain and did the handshake test with him. Interesting that Ruth was told a different story. Oh, okay, that's funny that you would say that too, because that's what we were talking about this morning, is how many different experiences we've all had growing up. And, you know, we've received a lot of criticism for our channel because of other people had different experiences, right? And so we've been trying to say that, hey, this is based on our experience. This is based on what we were taught. This, you know, other people in the AUB could have been taught something else.
Different story, different people, different views.
Yeah, and so we've just been going, you know, but we all have our own remembrance of just what happened in our childhoods, what happened in our experiences. And so we've been really like hashing a lot of this and hashing a lot of this out. Okay, perfect. Thank you for that text, Rosa. Oh, I need to give you my phone number so we can just text. It would be so much easier. Okay, so we one of the things that I was kind of scrolling around on social media last night, and we want to answer some questions too. I've been getting a bunch of questions. I've been screenshotting them, but one of the things that has been going around that we were talking about this morning, and Rosa, if you can like help us clean some, maybe what your idea or what you think of this too. On Sister Wives, Cody Brown had said that he had gone to the priesthood leadership to ask for a release and he was denied one. And I was doing I think I was doing a TikTok live reaction at the time, and I just came on, I'm like, bullshit, he did not. I don't believe that. I don't believe he went and asked for a release. I don't believe he went and said, hey, you know, what do I need to do about this? And then on another video, we were talking, and he was saying that he went and counseled with the leadership, and I was saying, yes, I can see him counseling with the leadership. So here's how I think that went. So now there's somebody out there who asked me the question, you're contradicting yourself. You're saying one thing here and you're saying something totally different here. And so I just want to try to clear that up a little bit, because he's saying that men cannot get releases. Men can get releases. It's just very seldom does it ever happen. And most men don't. If they go to the leadership, they're usually reprimanded. What did you do to cause her to get to this point of leaving, of wanting to leave you? So in my response to this person that came onto one of our videos and said, you're contradicting yourself, you're saying one thing and doing another thing, here's how I can see that that went down. When this happened, I can see some of the other wives being concerned. Wait a minute, you need to go to the leadership and you need to find out what's the protocol here. Is this considered adultery? Is this not considered adultery? And he went to the leadership. Again, my own opinion, I don't know if this is true, went to the leadership and the leadership said, no, that's not an excommunicatable offense. No, we would not issue a release over that. Do I believe Cody Brown went to the leadership and said, I want a release because of this woman? No, I don't think he did that. But do I think he went and said, what's the protocol? How do we handle this situation? Yes, I think he did that. And he was told that they would not issue a release over something like that. What do you?
Yeah, because there's a difference between, you can get an excommunicated from the AUB for adultery. I'm evidence of that. But a lot of times they just want to reprimand you, especially if you're a woman within there.
Mm-hmm.
Reprimand, maybe go through some time down. Oh shoot, what's it even called? But basically disfellowship for a year, where you're coming to church, you're paying a full tithing, you're doing all the things you're supposed to be doing under the watchful eye of leadership. And then once they feel like that you've repented enough, you can be rebaptized and brought back into the fold. They want tithing money, and so they do excommunicate people for different reasons, but most of the time it's for blatant adultery, or somebody who does not believe and is talking badly against the AUB leadership. So,
right.
So yeah, they probably just
slow down comments. Thank you. Yeah.
So
keep going.
No, they just probably guided him to help your wife get back on the track again. Do what you need to do to be a righteous husband.
Yeah.
And leader. And so they were, in some instances, they're really good at advising somebody to stay together and keep the family together, mm-hmm. especially if no other man in the community is interested in any of the wives in that family.
Right.
So in other times, they counsel the women to leave their husbands so that they can, especially if those husbands are no longer following the leadership's advice.
Right.
So, right. Or they're no longer upholding the leadership's, kissing the leadership ring, maybe even withholding tithing, stuff like that. Not
turn
paying
up your
full
volume
tithing.
just a little bit. They're saying it's kind of, we've been playing with our volume all day trying to figure it out.
There we go.
Yeah. Yeah. So I appreciate the way Rosa said that. You're trying to explain some of the nuances of this religion, and mm-hmm. So it's not that the person that I read a comment they had made on a different Sister Wives page, and it just said Melanie's unreliable. She hasn't been in the AUB for 25 years. She contradicts herself, and I'm like, well, it's not a contradiction. It's just both things can be true. I don't think he went to the leadership for a release. I don't. I think he went to the leadership for advice and counsel, and saying, hey, how do I handle this? Is this considered adultery? Because if one of the other wives, Robin, said, this is adultery, you need to go handle this. Yeah. You can't be intimate with her or have intimate relationships with her, because that would violate mine and your relationship. Yeah. And that's what the wives would do. You know, since my mom's been speaking out and saying stuff, some of the wives have gone to my dad and said, if she decides to come back, you can't be intimate with her because that violates our relationship. So there are a lot of it. Okay, yeah, we'll turn up our volume. There are a lot of different types of nuances, I guess is the great word to put it, because yeah, that's what happens in if a wife is that far out of harmony with her husband, the other wives still have some say in what's happening. Like, well, wait a second. So that's what I think happened. Again, I'm not trying to talk out of both sides of my mouth. I'm not trying to say this is true and this is true, but they are both true at the same time.
We're trying to explain, which is very difficult, AUB doctrine.
Yeah, it won't let us change it now that we're on. Let's see. How can we fix that? Oh, sorry. We should have been more careful about that. We might have to end this live and start again.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a bummer.
I tested the... Dang, we were testing it too, so...
Yeah, okay, sorry. We apologize. We'll have to end this live and start it again. We've been working on our equipment all day, and you can clearly see that we messed it up. So we'll be right back. Oh, okay. It says the sound is back, but yeah, you still can't hear us from our mic.